group, there's a lot of miscommunicated. Maybe it's because people are using spokespeople and not talking for themselves. Is that what happened? What's going on? Like, Uber's your spokesperson. She's speaking on your behalf. Shut the up.
What's up, y'all? Brian Keith, and I'm back with another video. And today we're gonna be talking about the Real Housewives of New York City, season 15, episode 3. And I definitely feel a shift. Definitely, I feel like I'm more on Sai's side this season than last season. Like I said before, I still enjoyed her last season. I just feel like this season she's a little more self-aware and a little more calmed down. I feel like Brynn is on the receiving end of bullshit. I feel like a lot of people are starting to hold her accountable for the words that she's saying, but we got some stuff to talk about because I think two things can be right at the same time when it becomes between Uber and Brynn. But y'all, like, comment, subscribe. Let's get into the video.
Yeah, let me check my shit real quick. Hotter than the fire coming out my flaming lips. You wanna play with me? You can't play in me. On the playground, bitch, you can't play with me. Got it, want it, securing the bag.
Alright, so the episode opens up when we see all the girls, traveling to Aaron's house. Obviously, Aaron's already there in the Hamptons, and she's prepping with all the girls, and we're trying to figure out why Raquel didn't go with Uber and Sai.
I'm just curious, why didn't you want to drive with the other girls?
I get crazy car sick, and Sai and Uba, we're gonna be in the front.
So Aaron has one POV, and she's saying, "Oh, Raquel said that she didn't go because she wanted to sit in the front seat, but they didn't want to give it the front seat. She gets car sick. The drama mean. Why wouldn't y'all give it the front seat? Woo, 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 woo." That's Aaron's perception of what happened. Sai and Uber are driving to Aaron's. So Sai and Uber, they're basically talking in the car about, Uber's man and how she's very reluctant and a little bit, apprehensive. She said when she's with him, it's amazing, have a good time. But when she's not, she's freaking out. And, I think everybody goes through that when you're over here in a relationship with someone. You have like a lot of doubt, and like Sai's basically telling her, like, when you have something good, like, don't sabotage it, this, that, and the third. So yeah. Like I said before, I like Sai on this season. I feel like she's a little more fresher. Her fashions look much better. She doesn't seem as angry. But one thing I can say about Uba is I feel like Uba is really clocking it right. The girls are twisting words. The girls are being messy. And it's very much that. I think Uba hit it right on the head. But I just think the way she's going about it is kind of not. But let's talk about it. So the girls get to the house. Brynn, Jessel, and
Look at my kitchen. I love those chairs. Oh my god! Wait, these are all new cabinets. All new cabinets.
See Aaron, and they're over here hugging. Oh my god, girl, this is so nice. Jessel was throwing a little bit of shade about Miss Aaron's renovation because she renovated her whole house, and she was doing it over because last year everything, it seemed like something was going wrong every time. There was no food, there was no this, there was no that, right?
Yeah, I think it was it, right? Was it more? I don't know. Oh my god, what are we doing? Hey, what's going on? Sai, you gotta see this.
So something was always going wrong at Aaron's, right? So Aaron's like, this time I'm gonna have everything good, my P's and Q's, whoop, 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 whoop. So Jessel just like, Aaron got her house, kitchen redone, seemed like she changed the light bulbs, changed the sink. That's it, right? I'm like, girl, shady. So we didn't see Sai and Uba come in, and they're like, hey girl, we got you some food. So Sai's just like, yes, Sai, all last year she was hungry.
I'm so impressed by you. Thank you. This looks good. Oh, what are these?
So they see the spread. Yeah, I was just like, some sandwiches, charcuterie board. They said it was a lot of food. Fruits, sandwiches, charcuterie board. Okay. I'm not, I'm not gonna complain, but I'm just like, you said a lot of food. This looked like some food, but semantics, I guess. So Aaron said, yeah, why didn't you let Raquel ride with you guys? And they're like, what are you talking about? They're like, she said that she get car sick, and they knew that too. So she said she get car sick, but she said y'all want to get the front seat. What was up with that? So they were like, no, that's not it. No, like, she didn't say anything about being in the front seat. She said she's gonna drive. So that becomes like Sai's just like, look, girl, I already got a situation with Bryn. Now I gotta pop over here and Raquel too. Like, I don't got time.
Feeling awkward about Bryn as it is, and now I have an issue with Raquel.
So I feel like Aaron is being messy, and Aaron is picking up the mantle of Bryn for last year, where Bryn would be messy and then hide her hand. I feel like this is definitely Aaron this year. This is about the third, fourth time I've seen Aaron start some shit and just back up. So Sai had to go outside to get her stuff out the car. She got some pots and pans and like a clothes rack. But while she outside, we see Jenna pull up in her Aston Martin. Or is it an Aston Martin? A Bentley? Girl, I don't fucking know what it is. But girl, I love the fact that they put the price tags on the cars. So Jenna's car was like $210,000. I said, yes, ma'am, Miss Jenna. And then Sai's car was like 102, 120 maybe. Yes, ma'am, we'd like to see the price tag. Yeah. Did you pay it out in cash or are you leasing? None of my business. So after, you know, they come in, Raquel comes in. So Raquel's coming in and start hugging people, and then Aaron was just like, yeah, what happened with, you know, the car situation? You said you didn't want to ride, blah, blah, blah. And then, you know, Sai and Raquel start talking, and Raquel's like, no, it wasn't even that. I thought you said that you want me to drive, so take a drive on me. And like, no, I'm gonna take a drive on me because I get car sick, it wouldn't work. She was like, no, I thought you said you're gonna drive your car. So it definitely seemed like it was a miscommunication of words. But I guess carrier pigeons just don't, you know, do their thing. The girls, you know, they all are there. They're over here taking shots, doing their thing. And as they're all in the kitchen and talking, you know, just doing their thing, Uba brings Bryn over to like the sunroom, right? So she just said, what's going on with you inside? She's like, I feel like you inside need to talk. Aaron comes over and Aaron's like, what's the problem? She's like, you know, Sai and Brenda have this tension going on, and I heard a little bit about it from Sai, and I feel like you should talk to her. This is one incident now that Uba has took it upon herself to try to fix Bryn and Sai's situation. So, yeah. So, as Sai, she hears them talking, she hears her name being brought up, so she walks over. The other girls excuse themselves, and Bryn's just like, look, I just want to say that I'm so sorry. I'm deeply sorry about all the stuff that happened. I just want to get this over with. Call it a spade a spade. It is what it is. I apologize. I love you, girl. I want to be your best friend. We're good, right?
I want us to be friends. I want this to go very quickly. I don't want you to feel upset at me for any way that I have hurt you. I just want to be like...
So I 100% agree with Sai on the situation. Is something that Lisa Rinna does. She did with Garcelle. You want to quickly apologize to escape accountability that I'm about to hold you to. So with Bryn feels like she can be giggly, a little shimmy, and everything's gonna be cool. No, ma'am. So I agree with Sai. You're not even giving me the opportunity to speak and tell you my feelings.
You never even heard my side. So again, we're like kind of brushing my feelings underneath the rug. You never even heard me talk to you.
And you're just trying to apologize it away. That's not how this shit works. As a friend, you should be able to, for me to hold you accountable for the fucked up shit that you did. Because here's the thing. Your words and your actions, Dorit, are diametrically opposite of what they're trying to be together. So you're telling me, and I'm hearing you trying to be a good friend, but your actions are the actions of a bitch, right? So my whole thing with Aaron and Sai, my whole thing with Bryn and Sai is, Sai, you got mad because Bryn said to Jenna that you hated Jenna, right? So Bryn's like, Jenna? Here. She's not. So all the girls are like, ooh, you in trouble. So Jenna come over, she's like, yeah. So I said, did you tell me that Bryn said, I hate you at the party? Jenna said, I didn't say that.
Jenna? I said, Jenna, who told you I hate you? I didn't specifically call out You said this girl. I didn't specifically call.
I said, now, Jenna. Girl, when I was drinking my wine, I had to sit up. I said, Jenna, you said what? We see the flashback. Jenna, you did say this one over here.
I never said that. Who told you that? It was this one over here.
And now, when she said this one over here, she couldn't talk about Jessel or Bran. But 9 times out of 10, context clues the conversation, she was talking about Brand. So, Sai said, you did say it. Yes, you did. She said, well, I don't remember. She said, but you did say it. So her confessional, she's just like, girl, like, what the fuck? Like, either I have to slap the shit out this old bitch, but I can't do that because she don't remember. Cool. But now she's just like, you know what? I'm gonna call a spade water under the bridge. But I think it shouldn't be water under the bridge because, Sai, if you can give Jenna a pass just for lying, because, I mean, Jenna, you did lie. I mean, you could easily give Bryn a pass, but to each his own. Because you're saying that Bryn said this, but now it's words are mixed up. So now for me, I'm just like, you're upset about Bryn about something that you 100% don't know she said or not. So I think that's the thing that Bryn is stuck on. She's like, you're mad at me, but I didn't even say anything. Now, do I think Bryn said it? Hell yeah, I think Bryn said it. Like, come on now. Because Bryn's like, okay, I'm the 71st person to say it, but you still said it. And she's holding you accountable on it. You apologize, but now you're trying to renege it. So Jenna's on the whole tip of, well, you know, at the end of the day, multiple people told me that you said it, Sai. And I would have been frustrated just like Sai was because, girl, I don't give a fuck about what multiple people said. You said she said it. So that would have been frustrating for me too. So, I mean, I'm on side on the situation. But she, you know, Chuck the Deuce, she called it a day. She gets up, she's like, Bryn, you're being condescending, you're being rude. And Bryn was being condescending and rude. And
You're being so rude. It's so crazy to me. It's illogical. This is going in, this is irrational. Bryn and Sai.
We're starting to see that other side of Bryn where it's just like, I feel like I said this in my video last year, that Bryn is the type of person, and there's a guy at my job that's like this, super happy, super bubbly, super jolly, but they have another side to them that is very, very sharp and pointed and can be deemed aggressive. And it probably don't come out as much because when you see people that are super, super happy, you just don't expect that other side to come at you because it comes at you and sucker punches you, right? So we're starting to see Bryn be a little bit more pointed, a little bit more, you know, in your face. So we saw that when it came to Aaron last episode. We're seeing it now that's when being Sai. So she, you know, she gets up and she calls it a day. So when she gets up, we go to a commercial break, come back from the commercial break. The girls go over, Sai's in the kitchen. They try to get Bryn inside a hug. Girl. So Bryn hugs her, and then Sai let her hug her. She's like, oh my God. They're like, hug her, Sai, hug her, Sai. So Sai hug her. Bryn starts crying. She's like, I really want to be your friend. I mean, I guess it is some bullshit, but I really don't know Bryn's motives because it definitely seems like emotional manipulation because the girl, you were just like over here, just rolling your eyes, doing all of this, but now we're hugging, and I'm just like, what the fuck are we doing? But to each his own. So the girls gets up, they go to the living room. Jenna brings the girls lingerie, but she also has, you know, a gift for Jessel, because Jessel, you had all the shit to say about her lingerie last year, about the Christmas tree dress, which you did, because you did look bad body. I said last year, we all saw that. So Jenna brought her a actual Christmas tree dress, which was just funny because you already know how it was. So all the girls got lingerie. Erin also, you know, being the hospitable host that she is, she brought the girls little gift baskets, and then they all go to their rooms. And you know, it was what it was, and they get ready for dinner. So we see the girls get ready for dinner, and I think all the girls look fly. Everybody looks nice. Bryn is still being her, you know, seductively, you know, sexual innuendo self. She is like a built-in sexual innuendo, right?
Is everyone's happy to be in the Hamptons? Do you Hamptons a lot? No, I'll say it the way that rich people try to pretend like they're not saying.
We learned about Raquel and how she met her fiance. We learned that, you know, how they proposed. We saw about her big ass ring. I think it fits like her eclectic self. And we learned about the struggles that she faced in the beginning of her career in the art industry, and being a black woman, Afro-Latina woman in the art industry was not easy. And you know, I feel like that's really another side of, you know, another side we could see, because you know, a lot of people do face oppression and, you know, a lot of prejudice within the workplace, and to hear these people's stories, you know, I think is really good to hear about as well.
Art world, a world that isn't necessarily friendly to women, much less black women, and has really forged an incredible niche for herself.
Then we segue over to, you know, Rachel, because she is really, really quiet. So they're like, Bryn's like, what are we gonna talk about? You've been so quiet. I could have sworn I felt like Bryn wanted to bring up that Scientology shit, but she didn't. So, you know, a girl, she just started talking about, yeah, you know, when I was younger, my mom, she told me, she was like, you know, she was like, I got kicked out of my room. I had to stay with a guy, so I can get out of the place I was at. So I didn't love him, but we're hooking up. But the guy I was with, you know, he took my virginity. My mom told me that, she gave me, I don't know if it was like a rule or a bet, whatever. She was like, if you don't do drugs, we'll buy you birth control. I'm like, girl, what? Not parents saying, like, girl, go ahead and spread your legs and pop it up for the best one. Okay, I guess. So all the girls, like, you know, laughing. Like, I love seeing these moments. It just looks so, you know, nice seeing all the girls together. Cool. They get back to the house. Everybody's over here trying to wind down. You see the doors just closing one by one by one. Well, Uba, Jessel, and Aaron go downstairs and they're over here talking. And Uba's just like, she has this epiphany, right? She's like, I just feel like a lot of people are twisting words and all this stuff is going on. I just don't like it. And the Bryn and Sai stuff, Sai feel like, you know, she reiterates what Sai said, that Sai feel like Bryn is trying to rush to accountability and like rush to apologize without hearing fully how she feels. So Bryn just come downstairs. I feel the producer was like,
we need Bryn downstairs in 5, please. We need Bryn downstairs in 5.
So Bryn comes downstairs and Bryn's like, yeah, what's going on, guys? What are you gonna talk about?
We're just talking about you.
Yeah, I think. Oh, good. No, I like it. We start.
Yeah.
Aaron's like, we talk about you. Messy number 2, Aaron. So, you know, so they start talking and Uba just basically tries to say, well, you know, Sai feels like da 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 da. My whole thing with this is, I do agree that Uba, you are being Sai's spokesperson because you're saying, well, this is how Sai feels. We need to hear from Sai how she feels. We don't need to hear from you about how Sai feels. And like, I feel like I understood where Bryn was coming from at this point because she was like, okay, we already had this conversation with Sai, so why we keep having it?
Mine and Sai's friendship, which we actually made up with. You guys have to find something else to talk about. If you think I don't have anything to do in this world that I talk about you and Sai, you must.
So Uba's telling her, like, after you had that conversation, this is what Sai said. I think that's when Bryn understood. She was just like, oh. I think that's when Bryn got upset. She was like, look, I'm not trying to be upset. Y'all don't want to see me upset. So just, I've been cool as a cucumber. Let's keep it that way. So Uba's just like, girl, I don't give a fuck. It is what it is. Like, fuck that shit. Like, but I'm just like, why are we elevating? I think that's the part that I was kind of confused. I feel like Uba thinks that she's the top girl in the group, right?
You don't want to. You don't want to. Everyone should be very thankful that I'm super cool and letting shit fly. Nobody's thankful. No, we should be thankful.
And not in like the head girl. We already know it's Jen Lyons. But I feel like Uba feels like she's tougher than all the other girls. You know, the white girls. But Bryn, I feel like Bryn can hang with the best of them. I feel like Bryn don't really give a fuck about none of that. I just feel like with Uba, I just don't understand where is this coming from. And like, I think Jessel might have hit it on the head where I feel like Uba is still upset with Bryn that she brought up the whole Connecticut thing about her boyfriend. But like I said last year, Uba, if you gonna be mad at Bryn, bitch, you better be mad at Sai too. Because Sai cannot hold water. She told Bryn broke Sai's trust and then said what she said. You should be mad at Sai, not just Bryn.
Uba doesn't trust Bryn, largely due to Mr. CT. Uba, I heard you got a man in Connecticut.
So Bryn basically just like, you know, at the end of the day, it is what it is. I'm going to bed. Good night. So we see Jenna close the door. Boom. Next morning, all the girls get their food from Provisions. Shout out to Erin. She doing her big one because the girl's not going to be hungry. Erin's like, y'all going to eat. So they all go outside and, you know, they're all eating. Uba comes out. She's like, you know, there's a lot of pigeons flying around, stirring up this mess. And I'm just like,
girl, you starting the breakfast with negativity.
Okay. So
Group, there's a lot of miscommunicated. Maybe it's because people are using spokespeople and not talking for themselves.
Uba's just like, yeah, there's a lot of pigeons going around just starting mess, and I just don't like it. So Bryn's just like, oh yeah, who comes out? Jenna comes out, I believe. I think Jenna comes out. She's like, oh, what's going on? And they're like, oh, Uba just being Sai's messenger and spokesperson. Uber got upset. She was like, I'm not just being Sai's spokesperson. I can say what I have to say, and at the end of the day, you're over here twisting people's words, and you're doing this and that third, and y'all blah 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 blah. So she started going back and forth.
We need to clean our ears or something.
I think we need to be respectful in our language too.
No.
You don't need to yell
I
shut the
am
f up to
talking
people.
to you. I'm not talking to you.
You know what?
Say, girl, fuck you, and you need to shut the fuck up. Yeah, I'm just like, girl, where does this even come from? I'm like, don't get me wrong. I love when the girls over here want to read, but let it make sense, because it's not making sense. So Sai finally comes out, and Sai's like, hey, what did I miss? And then you see, that's it, Rachel or Rebecca. So Rebecca's over here just like, girl, she over here being your spokesperson, your client.
Spice. So don't say a spokesperson. Is that what happened? What's felt like we
Ruby's your spokesperson. She's speaking on your behalf.
Everyone here is a.
So Bryn basically trying to curtail and like tell Uber, like, you don't talk like that. We don't talk like that. That's lowbrow talking. And like, I'm like, I don't like when people try to like, you know, tell people how to talk. Like, if that's how Uber wants to talk, I mean, it is escalated, but that's how she want to talk. But then Uber's like, girl, you're a fucking snake in the grass. Da 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 da. Everybody's like, whoa. And Bryn looked like she got upset. She wanted to cry. All the girls basically went inside, and Uber and Aaron stayed outside. And Aaron's just like, girl, I feel like you're over here on a warpath, and you really just need to calm it down, because it's just about to blow up, and Bryn's gonna blow up on you. And Uber's like, I wish you would. And Aaron's just like, okay. Okay, girl. But like I said before, there's an underlying issue that Uber has with Bryn that she's not talking about. And I feel like Uber needs to figure that out. Instead of using Sai's story as a scapegoat and bringing that up, Uber needs to figure out why Bryn makes her feel that way. Because I feel like I know what it is, but it's about the Connecticut thing. But she's using Sai's situation to just hammer it to Bryn. But what do y'all think? Do y'all think I'm over here onto something? Is Uber upset with Bryn about the Connecticut thing? I think she is, but y'all. One thing I didn't say about the end of the episode is the fact that Bryn is good. Because me and Uber, we probably would just have to be out there and cussing each other out. I'm sorry. I probably would have had to call her everything but a child of God. I'm sorry, Uber. I love you, girl. But you won't just be cussing me out. Bryn, you a good one. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.
Brian Keith, LG, Black Butte.